Hey there, Goldergeri here, and welcome to another reaction video. Today, we're gonna go ahead and react to another game theory video called Game Theory: The Secret Psychology of Pokemon Go. And I did play Pokemon Go. I bought this a few days after its release. I'm not really interested in playing Pokemon Go before the release, but a few days after the release, the game became really popular, and it became so popular that it made me want to purchase this app. If you want to watch the original video, the link will be in the description down below. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright.
Forget Valor, Instinct, and Mystic. Where's my Team Rocket option? Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again!
Yeah. Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again. Man, I find that very annoying since they keep blasting off again, over and over by Ash's Pikachu. Like Pikachu, Thunderbolt them! And it's like, Pikachu! And then Team Rocket blasts off again. Yeah, I wish they bring back the one where Team Rocket escapes by using a jetpack. I thought that is better than blasting off.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, where not even I can tell you how the stats work in Pokemon Go. Seriously, it's like a theory unto itself. There are so many hidden mechanics in this game, in addition to the unchangeable base stats that
Wow, I did not know there were so many videos of hidden mechanics.
Completely invisible to the player. As of last week, it was just determined that attack duration is another huge variable in this system. Because why would we ever need to know stuff like this in order to play a game to maximum effect, right? Hashtag sarcasm. But if I can be serious for a moment, recent gameplay changes like the removal of footprints, making the game infuriatingly random, and more fleeing and escaping at upper levels, which just reeks of wanting players to spend more money on Pokeballs. Well,
The reason why they had to remove the footprints because of the three-step glitch. A three-step glitch is that originally in the nearby thing, of all the 9 Pokemon that are nearby you, they would show the number of footprints, which would represent how far is the Pokemon. But now all the nearby Pokemon has 3 steps and does not change into a 2 or 1 or 0. So they have to remove it, and I'm pretty sure they're going to fix it and bring it back in the next update.
a major bug still exists in this game is turning Go nearly unplayable. So Niantic, just stop it. You have an incredible thing here. The largest mobile game in history, and one that people don't hate. So don't squander the goodwill we've given you. We can play a broken game for only so long. We can only lose so many newly hatched Pokemon before we get frustrated and give up. We want you. We want this game to succeed. So please pay attention and communicate with your community.
Luckily, Niantic updated the game, which removed a bunch of bugs. Like when this was first released, sometimes that would fail to load the game when you start playing it. So you have to close the game, and you got to do it over and over till finally gets a chance to load, and you'll be able to play the game. But now, in the update, it was able to load all the time on my phone. I'm very happy about that because the older version is pretty annoying.
Alright, let me me get off my soapbox since those were all potential meta theories for another day. Let's instead talk about happier things, since today it's time to finish our discussion about the 3 teams in Pokemon Go and what the team you're on says about you as a person. So if you haven't seen that one, click over here to catch them all.
I've already seen it.
Really, just that one video. But today I want to focus on the personality element of the team rivalries, because in my Poke poll for you guys, over 30% of you said specifically that you chose your Pokemon team because it aligned best with your personality, and an additional 11% said that the team matched your playstyle. So clearly there were a lot of you out there who openly felt a personal connection with the motto and ethics of your Pokemon team. But how right were you? Does the science back up your team choice? Can someone truly get a sense of your personality just by knowing what Pokemon Go team you're on? Surprisingly, yes. A seemingly meaningless choice of team and color in Pokemon Go, whether intentional or not, says a lot about how your brain works and how you interact with the world around you. Here's what I managed to find out with all of your help. First off, I want you to make a hypothesis. What do you think the gender differences were? Do you think that girls were more likely to choose one team over another because of color? Or guys to choose a certain team because one of their friends also did? Well,
maybe.
Incredibly surprising twist, guys and girls showed practically no differences in the reasoning
wow.
why they chose the teams that...
Okay, I thought that they would be that male and the female would do something different, but instead there was actually no difference between gentlemen and ladies. Wow, very surprising.
They were on, which just goes to show that female and male gamers are a lot more alike than people often assume. For both guys and girls, 18% chose because a friend was on the same team, 6% because they thought the team would provide them a strategic advantage, and 11% chose because it aligned with their playstyles. It's also notable for all you theorists out there who are single and ready to mingle that Mystic is the team with the most females, over 40%. While
Really? The team with the most females is Team Mystic? Okay.
Valor and Instinct were both closer to 30%. So go out there and use that info to capture yourself a date, if you know what I mean. And it's actually fairly self-explanatory what I mean. Go out and find a date using that info. Sup, girl? I heard you like Team Mystic. Want to swing by my place so I could show you my big brain? Oh yeah, show me that big brain of yours. Now, truly loyal theorists will remember another theory we did about the game Life is Strange, where we used the Myers-Briggs test to find out more about the personality breakdown of gamers watching this channel. As a quick refresher, the test puts a person into one of 16 different personality types based on a 4-letter combination: introvert versus extrovert, sensors versus intuitors,
I have no idea what that means.
and judgers versus perceivers. We found that, on the whole, gamers are more introverted than the rest of the population. About 70-30 introvert, where the regular population
Oh,
is
okay.
about 50-50.
Okay.
What? We also know that gamers are more intuitive, represented by the N classification. This means gamers like bringing information together, recognizing patterns, and solving puzzles. It's a large part of what drives our fascination with unraveling the mysteries of games through theories, like the ones you find on this channel. So that's gamers as a whole, but where things got really interesting was when I looked at the personality distribution across Pokemon Go's 3 teams. If you're an extrovert, then chances are you picked Team Valor. Although every team had more introverts than extroverts, relative to the other teams, Valor had the highest percentage of outgoing, socially engaged players. People
I might need to look that word up.
goers. And thinking about everything we've talked about, this makes total sense. Extroverts like action and excitement, tend to be more competitive and show more aggression in their games. Now, look at the way Valor is described in the game. It's a team built around strength and honing your skills in combat. On the other end of the spectrum, Team Mystic has the fewest extroverts of all 3 teams. This again makes sense though, since the team's emphasis is all about gaining wisdom and intelligence, rather than using brute force. It's the most thoughtful team, lending itself to quieter, more soft-spoken people, which makes it yet another reason most people find themselves as a member of Team Mystic. Valor is also the odd trainer out when it comes to intuitors versus sensors. N personalities are significantly higher in both Team Mystic and Instinct, where Team Valor has a majority of sensors. But what does that mean? Well, as mentioned earlier, intuitors are all about taking what you know and piecing it together with other information that you have in order to solve puzzles and build skills. So Team Mystic's mantra of wisdom hits close to home for that personality type. Team Instinct also has a lot of these personalities because the team literally uses the word intuition like 3 3 times in its in-game intro.
Okay.
Instead of repetition, grinding, and competition, these teams focus on outsmarting the game, which is something intuitors naturally get behind. Sensors, on the other hand, gather information based on what's around them and what they can experience in the immediate world. So for Team Valor members, gaining skills by doing things like competing and battling makes total sense, because it's an experience that's right in front of you. It's immediate, it's action-packed. You're not trying to put together some abstract puzzle pieces, you're learning by actively doing. This also helps explain why Mystic and Instinct have unofficially united in forums against Valor. The way their brains take in and process data is just fundamentally different from the more sensory Red Team. They're the ones who care the most about claiming and keeping those gems. You know, really when you look at it, Valor is like the Gryffindor of Pokemon Go, with an emphasis on bravery and strength. Mystic is like, what, the Ravenclaw, cunning and clever? And I guess that means Instinct is, what? Like
Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I am so sorry about that one. Hashtag no hate meant. Hashtag Hufflepuffs are humans too. But that begs the question, what about Team Instinct? We now know that there are reasons why people pick Team Mystic and Team Valor, but then why Team Instinct? Well, it's a good question. The main reason people reported signing in as Team Instinct was because they wanted to support the underdog. This sentiment was especially true when I asked you guys to leave comments on part 1 of this series. But why? Why are humans so eager to take pride in rooting for the team that isn't favored to win? Well, tests seem to indicate it's all about fairness. You see, humans don't like unfair systems. Natural talent, for example, is unfair. You're either born with it or you're...
True. I do not like unfair stuff. I like some of the stuff that is fair.
Not. But a game that's decided purely on effort gives everyone an equal shot. Psychologists Vandello and Goldschmidt set up an experiment to test the power of the underdog effect. They presented their subjects with a classic underdog scenario. 2 sports teams, A and B, for which Team A was the favorite to win. Most people chose to root for Team B, the underdog. Then the scientists made things a bit more complicated. They told students that the players on Team A had lower salaries than the ones on Team B. Team A's payroll was $35 million, and Team B's was $100 million. This may be still the underdog based on the odds, but they were getting paid 3 times more money. And lo and behold, this time, 2/3 of the test subjects now supported Team A, the underdog.
Wow.
Money. In short, when 2 kinds of underdogs went head-to-head, the students came out to favor the one with better odds but less money. In the end, what they truly valued was grit, determination, hard work, and a desire to succeed. The conclusion of all these studies is that a sense of fairness is ingrained in all of us at a fundamental level. And it shows that when the average American roots for the underdog in a sports game, or they root for Team Instinct in Pokemon Go, it's because they identify with being an underdog. They want to see them win and the world to be shown as fair. When the underdog wins,
True.
it shows that he or she can overcome the odds.
Very true. I'm like Team Instinct because I really want to make some stuff fair. I just want to make it fair for me and someone else.
It's actually really interesting because you see a similar thing.
That's pretty interesting.
Where everyone gets excited to see a small channel start to blow up, but once it becomes too big, it suddenly becomes the favorite to win that people begin to root against. There's also one more personality trait that Team Instinct had more than any of the others: the perceiving type. P is the last letter in the personality acronym, the counter to which is J for judging. Now, judging doesn't mean judgmental, but rather needing to have a strict strategy and plan before diving into an activity. These are the people who need schedules, strategies, plans of attack. In this case, Team Mystic has that one on lockdown, with Valor close behind. They're both highly structured teams, but Instinct is the one that fights against it. Perceivers are viewed as spontaneous and flexible, and it makes a lot of sense for the philosophy behind Team Instinct. Instinct is purely built on the idea that you should trust Pokemon to be themselves and do their thing, rather than force them into being something that they're not or evolving as soon as possible. It's about sitting back and letting the strengths of your Pokemon work for you. There you have it. One simple in-game decision governed by multiple psychological principles that make you and I who we are. Everything from the bandwagoning effect to the center stage principle to the world's natural preferences for colors to the subconscious things that dictate our priorities and personalities. It's pretty incredible stuff. Now remember, for all
I thought that was very interesting. Very interesting. Because I did not know that there are some people that a lot of people that wanted to make it fair. so they decided to go Team Instinct, so that it can be fair for all the teams.
All of this, we're talking about statistics. It doesn't mean that every single member of Team Mystic is an intuitor, or that if you're an extrovert, you're on Team Valor, but it does help explain why there's such a huge majority for one team versus another. Because the psychology of the game itself, the colors of the team, the personality of gamers, all lend themselves to everything about Team Mystic. And in a month from now, when no one is on any team, we'll all know it's because Niantic broke the game, and that one is a whole lot easier to explain. But hey, that's
just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go do a theory that won't be a two-parter. You're welcome.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And you know, I should have joined Team Instinct because Team Mystic and Team Valor are more popular than Team Instinct. So yeah, I should have joined Team Instinct rather than Team Mystic. But that's okay. I'm fine with Team Mystic. So anyways, if you want to watch the original video again, the link will be in the description down below. Because usually I chop parts in order to avoid copyright complaints. So yeah, so as always, I will see you later!